A new industrial boom is spreading across the country. But instead of looking at smokestacks, we're seeing massive AI data centers. These warehouse-sized complexes may be impacting the digital economy, but they come with enormous and largely hidden environmental effects, too. That's what Congresswoman Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez pointed out to a Trump EPA official this week.
I have a jar right here. This is the current drinking water in Morgan County, Georgia. Right after a data center was constructed, the Meta data center was constructed, the only difference between the clean water and this was that data center. I think both of us can agree that neither one of these things are drinkable. These families now have to ship, in a rural area, have to ship water to their house in order to cook and bathe themselves.
The United States has more than 3,000 operational data centers, according to Pew. And polling shows that more than 2/3 of adults oppose the construction of the massive and costly centers, with most people saying they'd rather have a nuclear power plant in their backyard instead. The negative impacts of these data centers are not unique to Georgia. Our next guest, Miley Kozinski, has lived in Beaver Dam, Wisconsin her entire life. Her home is located less than 2 miles from a Meta data center that broke ground in 2025. Now the creek that runs through her property, she says, is revealing the environmental impact of the data center: milky water, chemical smells, and significant erosion. And joining us now is Miley Kozinski. It is great to have you and good to see you. I want to start by just letting you explain to us what you started to see on your land, on your grass, and in your water.
Hi, good morning, or good afternoon. Thank you. I live about 1.5 miles from the Meta data center. We have a beautiful creek that runs through our front yard on the way down to our barn. I came down to do chores one morning and the creek was bone dry. Without rainfall, it came rushing back about a day later. And this has happened repeatedly all construction season long. And we have still not been able to find an answer. We're just about reaching a year here that this has been going on. We've been reporting to the DNR and trying to get people to investigate and figure this out, to the point where we've had to resort to our own testing. Amanda Bell, a hydrologist formerly with USGS, has been reaching out and helping us interpret those results. But a lot of this has fallen upon us to try to find answers. I think what people don't realize, when you live near a project like this, you don't live next to a data center first, you live near a massive construction project.
So when you commission studies of your own water, that can cost you hundreds, if not thousands of dollars out of pocket. I mean, you're up against corporations here that are getting tax incentives, super fast approvals. I mean, in some cases, these corporations have been able to force some towns into NDAs before they even begin the construction process. And you're a school teacher. I mean, how has this impacted you personally, financially? Do you feel like anyone is on your side?
I feel trapped and I feel really scared. The hard thing is that this data center was put into the township that I live in, but it was annexed into the municipality of Beaver Dam. I'm not represented by the city, and the township doesn't have jurisdiction over the project. So that leaves me to have to reach out to state representatives, and they are gavelled out for the season right now. And we are forced to try to look into this. And like you said, this is $1 trillion corporation, and I don't think anybody's going to make it easy for evidence to point back at them. And just getting answers from the DNR has been really difficult. It's a pretty fragmented system. And no matter how dedicated the staff is, there's hundreds of permits on these projects. There just doesn't seem to be enough funding and staff to make sure permits are being followed. And those water testing that we have been commissioning on our own, we have both private well water and creek water. It's about $500 a test. And then trying to navigate what those test results mean and are showing. And we cannot drink our water.
I'm so sorry. I mean, for you to be spending, you're out hundreds of dollars on these tests. Meta, a mega corporation, and then to not have a single agency or office that you can call and hold accountable for all of this. It must be incredibly stressful and confusing as it all unfolds. Miley Kozinski, thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you. I mean, nobody builds near a data center. They get pushed in here, and we need a lawyer. We need representation to help us navigate this really tricky thing. And if it truly is the data center, it needs to be regulated. And that's where I think we need some federal input to come in and put moratoriums in place so that counties and municipalities, villages and townships can protect themselves with some zoning ordinances.
I can tell you, as a reporter who's been speaking to people about this, there are a lot of people on your side. I think they all live in different areas, and they're trying to figure out if they can afford lawyers and how they can find each other. But I think there is a movement building here. Maile, thank you.
Thank you.